The 2021 KTM 450 SMR MY2021 brings with it the return of the KTM 450 SuperMoto to the paddock after a 7-year hiatus, and it looks like just what the doctor ordered if power drifting, racing, and stunt riding, or any combination thereof, is your thing. It sports the proven 450 engine that comes with a smattering of Rider 8 electronics so you can dial in the bike's personality as you like. Additionally, the frame is adjustable, and the suspension comes off the top shelf to finish off the package. KTM 450 SMR Design. KTM stuck with the established SuperMoto look on the 450 SMR that, to the uninitiated, would look like a dirt bike with street tires, all the way down to the laced wheels. A frame mount, fixed front fender rides high, right up under the lower triple clamp, which does little to dispel that impression. Fork foot mount uprights protect the swept area of the inner fork tube from materials that would otherwise lead to early fork wear and seal failure. In case you had any doubts as to how this bike is meant to be used, the racing number plate in place of the headlight should tell you all you need to know, as should the lack of lighting altogether. Stock handguards protect your hamburger shovels, and the handlebars come with 3 preset positions to allow you some control over the shape of the rider's triangle. The flyline is very flat indeed, as there is nothing in the way of a fuel tank hump, so the seat runs with a gentle swale from fuel cap to subframe, and this enables some pretty dramatic body English for technical riding. Since weight reduction was a front-burner subject during design, not an ounce is wasted on superfluous bodywork to leave the powerplant exposed and easy to get to for repairs, upgrades, and maintenance. Like the front end, the rear rolls sans lighting or tag mount to make this a non-public road machine. KTM 450 SMR chassis. Chromium molybdenum steel tubing on the 450 SMR was the material of choice for the main section of the cradle-style frame, but the factory switched to lightweight aluminum at the subframe to leave that rearmost section with a 900-gram heft. Robotic assembly line operations deliver a precisely welded product that is highly tuned for the correct balance of stability and flexion. The center of mass, a function of both frame design and engine positioning, is such that it allows for quick reversals and even quicker flicks, a feature that certainly will be appreciated by racers and stunt riders alike. A cast aluminum swing arm finishes off the standing structure and can be adjusted so you control the wheelbase length. The adjustments don't stop there. The 48mm WPXACT air forks float the front end on the full trinity of tweaks and use a cone valve instead of shims, so you can eliminate bent shims as one of your maintenance headaches. Out back is more of WP's XACT yummy goodness with a fully adjustable rear shock to finish out the suspension. The suspension travel ranges are 285mm and 266mm on the front and rear, respectively, so you get plenty of stroke with excellent bottom-out protection. As for the anchors, KTM tapped Brembo for its 4-pot, opposed piston caliper up front, opposite a single-bore binder out back. Those radial mount calipers bite a 310mm front disc and 220mm disc in the rear to deliver ample braking power for this stripped-down sled. A set of Alpina-laced wheels round out the rolling chassis with Bridgestone slicks in a 125 600ths R16.5 ahead of a 165 630ths R17 that are made with racing, drifting in mind. KTM 450 SMR Drivetrain. The beat the 8cc against KTM's spicy 450, and relies on a carburetor for induction control, so it's no surprise that it generates a modest 33.4 horsepower against the KTM that puts out almost double that. Sure, this makes the Suzuki unsuitable as a proper race bike, but it's plenty of juice for stunt riding and low-key commuting. Unsurprisingly, the 2021 Dr. Z400 SM rolls for much less cheddar with a $7,499 price tag that is sure to buy it some business from the less than deadly serious in the hooligan market. Read our full review of the Suzuki Drive Z400 SM. He said, KTM's racing chops cannot be denied, and this new SMR is certainly no exception. Make no mistake folks, this is no beginner's bike but a serious machine, even if the displacement falls toward the low end of the spectrum. I haven't actually had the pleasure yet, but based on my experience I feel confident saying that the bench seat is firm, to be very kind. She said. My wife and fellow motorcycle rider, Alan Hinton, says, "This is KTM's rebirth of their SuperMoto range, and the 450 SMR is a proper build bike for the intended purpose. Built on the 450 SXF, the SMR comes tuned specifically for SuperMoto. The chassis updates this year make for a more sophisticated ride and the engine is flawless on the track." Inspired by the success of the Husqvarna FS 450 and rider demand for the return of the SMR, KTM listened, and here we are. KTM 450 SMR specifications.
If you liked this video, please share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.